I've even surprised myself, like I didn't actually realise how much protein was in this meal until I worked out afterwards, which I still can't really believe it. Welcome back to my channel, Plants and Protein, all about making vegan fitness easy. And in this next recipe, I'll be making a salad recipe. And I know the word salad's probably going to put a few people off, because it would for me as well. If I was trying to put on weight, if I was trying to build muscle, then I'll be thinking, well, what do I want to eat a salad for? That's for losing weight. But this salad, I'm going to call it a bulking salad, because the macros in this meal, I've even surprised myself, like I didn't actually realise how much protein was in this meal until I worked out afterwards, which I still can't really believe it, but it all adds up. So I don't know the exact macros off the top of my head right now, but it's got around 30 grams of protein, 60 grams of carbs, and around 30 grams of fats as well. So that works out as just below 700 calories. And that, as a bulking meal, is exactly what you want. That's a perfect bulking meal. But at the same time, because it's a salad, because it's full of greens and seeds and healthy fats and everything, it's packed full of micronutrients as well, which a lot of people neglect when they're bulking. A lot of people think, well, if I'm bulking, I just need protein and carbs to put on weight, which is true. You do need that. But at the same time, if you want your body to function properly and as efficiently as possible, then you obviously want the most gains possible as well. Then you need to be eating your macros as well. That's what your body needs to actually work properly. Like that's what it survives on, essentially. So yeah, this meal's packed full of them. So before we get into it, I'll quickly talk about the ingredients, why I'm using them, some of the benefits of them, and then we'll get straight into the recipe. So without further ado, let's get into it.
So the ingredients you're going to need for this meal is a cucumber, black beans, couscous, green pepper, tahini, a lemon, hemp seeds and some spinach. So I'm mainly using couscous for its carb content, but also has an added bonus of being high in selenium, which has a load of different benefits, such as being a powerful antioxidant and repairing damaged cells, lowering oxidative stress on the body and reducing inflammation, supporting thyroid health, which assists in natural hormone production, and it also plays a role in the regeneration of vitamin C and E, which supports the body's immune system. So the next food that I'm going to talk about is black beans, and I'm basically using them because they're high in protein and also high in fibre as well. As you can see, per 1 cup of cooked black beans contains around 15 grams of protein and 15 grams of fibre as well, which is really high. And then at the same time, it's full of magnesium, iron, and then vitamin B1 as well. The last food that I'm going to talk about is hemp seeds. I mean, if I'm including the hemp seeds in a recipe, obviously I've got to talk about them, but they do have a lot of benefits to them as well. So one of them being they're incredibly nutritious and a great source of vitamin E, minerals like potassium, iron, zinc, and they're also rich in omega-3s and 6s, which are used for things like bone and joint health and generally keeping your skin healthy. Hemp seeds also contain a pretty high amount of protein for what they are, and with over 25% of their calories coming from proteins, as you can see on a packet, per 30 grams is 10.4 grams of protein, which is really good. And finally, hemp seeds are also classed as a complete protein containing all essential amino acids, including high amounts of arginine, which basically produces nitric oxide in your body and allows your blood vessels to dilate and relax, leading to lower blood pressure and reduced risk of heart disease. So to get the ball rolling, the first thing I'm going to do for this meal is add some couscous, and I'm going to be using 70 grams here, and I know that's very precise, but that's just the way that it worked out for the macros for this meal. But couscous is honestly the easiest thing to prepare. All you've got to do is boil the kettle, add that water to the pan, and you only want to add a little bit. You don't want to add too much, because if you add too much then it'd be a little bit soggy. Trust me, I've made that mistake before. But you basically add the water and then get a lid and then just leave it to sit there for 5 minutes. That's all you do, easy as that.
Right, so with your black beans, they come in juice, they come in water. Oh, gotta get this. But I found when I didn't rinse them, it just made my stomach a little bit funny. Like, it just made me fart a lot more, basically. So just rinse them, just so it's just better to be safe than sorry, innit, really. So give them a quick rinse and then weigh them out.
Now I'm going to be weighing out 100 grams worth of black beans here, and that's going to be about 7 grams of protein, but that's all you do. You don't need to cook them, you don't need to do anything else to them, just add them to your meal and you're good to go. So the next thing you're going to want to do is prepare your greens, and I'm going to be using half a green pepper here and about a quarter worth of a cucumber. And I know that probably doesn't seem like too much, but for the serving sizes that I've got for this meal, it seems to work pretty well. But obviously add how much you want and it won't really make a difference. Chop up half a lemon, and that's going to be used to drizzle on top later. And then you want to weigh out your seeds. So I'm going to be using 20 grams worth of sunflower seeds. I'm going to be using 20 grams worth of hemp seeds, and then also I'm going to be weighing out my tahini, which is basically pure fat, so you want to make sure you're weighing it out and not using too much. But as you can see, it's quite paste-like. It's very paste-like. It's quite thick. So I'm going to be using 15 grams, which doesn't look like much there. But when you add a little bit of water, a little trick here, just to make a kind of sauce instead of a paste. When you add a little bit of water, you get a lot more out of it. So add a little bit and then keep going, because you don't want to add too much and ruin it. But add a little bit at a time to your kind of preference, and that's pretty much it. Everything should be good to go. Your couscous should be ready. You want to check and you want to make sure it's ready by just kind of brushing your spoon over the top of it, and it should kind of break away from each other a little bit. And then if it's still got a bit too much moisture in there, just heat your pan up and then it will get rid of that as well. But it does come unflavoured, so my personal preference, I like to add coriander because I feel like that works well with the flavours that I've already got in the recipe. But when that's all mixed together, you're literally ready to dish up. Easy as that.
So that's it, that's literally it. I mean, that meal took around 5 minutes to make. The longest part of that meal was the couscous, and all I did there was literally boil the kettle, put the couscous in the pan and just leave it for 5 minutes. That's literally as easy, or as hard as it was rather. So really quick and easy meal to make. So if you're in a rush, perfect for that. Or if you just can't be bothered cooking, then it's so easy to prepare, honestly, man. But yeah, like I said, I even surprised myself with that meal. I didn't expect it to be that kind of high in protein, carbs and all of that. So probably one of my favourite meals at the minute, and I do kind of eat that meal pretty much every day. I switch out a few ingredients here and there just to keep it interesting, and I will do more kind of recipe videos like this. So if you did like this, then make sure to subscribe so you can see more of them. I'm not sure when my next video will be, but if you follow me on my Instagram, on my Facebook, then I post there regularly, so I'll be able to keep you guys up to date with when my next video will be going live. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.